back to another video. Today's video is going to be super short. I just wanted to come and chit chat and chat it up with you guys. So what I wanted to talk about today, because I was getting like a couple questions from multiple people, like some of the things that I wish I knew before I started real estate or before I became like a mom realtor, a momator, whatever you call it. So I thought it would be interesting to come and just, chit chat, talk it up, let you know like some of my insight of being like a newer real estate agent. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing that I wish I knew about becoming a real estate agent is how it changes, how you can apply for stuff. So a lot of the things that I wanted to apply for in my first year of real estate, I found out that you have to be self-employed, because when you're a real estate agent, you're an independent contractor, so they consider that self-employment because you are. I had to have 2 years of tax returns and your bank statements and things like that. Like, they want to see that you've been doing it for 2 years, versus when I was W-2, they just wanted 3 pay stubs or a couple of months of pay stubs and things like that, not 2 years. So it kind of like put some things on a back burner, and I had to like restart as far as like goals that I have, which is fine because I still have my husband, thank God. Other people don't have that luxury, but I have my husband that was a W-2, so we're still able to get certain things. That's one of the first things that I wish I knew when I first started real estate. The second thing that I wish I knew when I first started, how expensive it was. Like, they did, like I did my research, so I kind of knew I'm gonna have to put some money into this. This is gonna be an investment. Like, the career itself is gonna be an investment. And I had just had Cody, and I started school, and I paid for the schooling and everything like that. And I thought it would be, a couple $100, like $200, $300 to go ahead and sign up with my brokerage, and then get my MLS and get access to the MLS, join a board to become a realtor. Because if you're not a part of a board, you're actually just a real estate agent. So not all real estate agents are realtors. To get the realtor status that's like copyrighted or whatever, you have to join a board. It's a membership. So I thought, okay, at first I was like, okay, well, I don't want to be a realtor, I'll just be a real estate agent. But it kind of like makes it really hard. And I don't want to say a lot of brokerages, but at least here in Texas, the ones that I've encountered, they require you to join a board. The only ones that don't require you to join a board is if you want to be like an apartment locator or some other things. I don't know. If your brokerage doesn't require you to join a board, comment down below. Require you to join a board. And so I came into real estate. That's another thing I wish I would have known, that I was required to for like the brokerages that I wanted to join. And I also would have known that a lot of the things that I was going to need in order to be the best that I can be, not necessarily the best that I can be, but to make my job a bit easier, I was gonna have to join a board and spend that money. So, because in my head I was like, I'll just be a real estate agent, I don't need the other stuff. But without like an MLS and without like the Supra keys, which is like the digital keys where you can unlock houses from your phone and things like that, or from like an app, it's like way more work. It seems like it's way more work because then you have to go through all these hoops. But yeah, I just wish I would have known that. But what I was saying before I told you I wish I would have known that, is that I wish I would have known how expensive it was going to be. Like I said, I did my research and I knew it was going to be kind of like, a couple $100 to join this class, that class, da 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 da. No, it was more like thousands. It was a couple of thousands to start up with. Like, this is not I realized very quickly, like, this is not a career for someone to just start off, like, if you're just really, really broke. Like, I know there are other ways of real estate, like, wholesaling and certain stuff that, like, investors do. Maybe you may be able to start up in real estate with less money or things like that. But if you want to become a realtor, you need some coins. So when I first started, I can't remember how much my school was. It was pretty cheap. I want to say it was like $200, but then I had to pay for like each exam, which was like $10, $25, something like that. If I can remember the prices, I'll put it on the screen, or if I find them. But I know it was around there because I went to Real Estate U. If you're interested in going to real estate school, I did Real Estate U, and I heard was like Real Estate Express or going to the Champion School of Real Estate. I heard that one was a good one. I went to Real Estate U and I did all of those, and then I had to pay for my actual state and national exam. I can't remember how much those were, but the most important part, that after I passed all that, I was looking into Keller Williams. They sent me like a layout of how much everything was going to be. And because I had started, this is the kicker though, it sounds cheap at first. It sounds like, oh, that's not too bad, you can save that up, da 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 da. But I graduated and I got licensed and everything in October, meaning that everything that was going to be prorated was going to be from October to the end of December slash, you know, 1st of January. So it made everything cheaper. And I wasn't really thinking at the time because I'm just excited about being licensed and just, oh my God, my new career. And I did it while being a new mom because Cody was just born. She was only like 2 months. So they were saying to me, it's going to be around $1,400 and da 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 da. And I was like, okay, well, that's a better price. But then I ended up not wanting to go with Keller Williams for my own reasons. Brokerage that I still love. The only reason why I'm not with them is because I'm no longer in Austin. And they didn't have, they weren't in Houston yet, so I had to find a different brokerage, but I really did love them there. The brokerage is Pure Realty. That's really good brokerage if you're interested and you're in the Austin area or the Cedar Park area. But yeah, so I found them, and then they also gave me a rundown, and it was about $1,400. So when I was signing up for everything, it was prorating for this and da da da, and it ended up coming around maybe like $1,400. Then the first of the year comes around. And I have to pay all of that again. Like, they wanted all of that again. So in all, like, I want to say, like, I spent close to like $2,000 something in the beginning just to start. Not like just to start, but just to become a member and things like that. And these brokerages be charging. Like, some brokerages are cheaper, but the first one that I started with, it was like $300 to start up with, on top of that $2,000 that I had to spend in less than 4 months. Really expensive to me. Like, if you come from money or if you already have it saved up, and which is why, yeah, that's why I wanted to tell you guys, because it can be expensive. Another thing that I wish I would have known is like how valuable your time will be, because going into a new agent, I'm just like, oh, I don't care, I'm gonna show anybody houses, I'm gonna help everybody. Like, I'm not gonna turn nobody away, because I saw realtors that were like, I'm not working with anybody that has a credit score below this, but this doesn't want this. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna be that hero for them, and I'm gonna work with them. And they wasted my time. I still have a soft heart for people that need help, because I feel like they deserve someone to at least try to help them or attempt to help them or point them in the right direction. I'm not one of those realtors that are like, if you have under 600 credit, absolutely not, as far as like leasing and things like that. If you can't get approved for a loan, I had people wanting me to show them 12, 13 houses in one day just to pull out on me. And these weren't houses that were, you know, close by my house, so it's like whatever, I'm in the area anyway. These were houses that were like an hour away, and they were like 20 minutes from each other. So I'm driving around, I'm using all this gas, and of course, you know, you don't get paid until they close on the house, or, you know, they actually rent something if you're doing leases. And with leases, even after they actually lease and move in, a lot of times I didn't get paid until like 30 days after they moved in, or like a couple weeks after they moved in. I didn't get paid as soon as they moved in, or as soon as like their move-in date was. Like I thought I was. When I went in this, I tried to do as many leases as I could for in between selling houses, so that, you know, you don't go broke in between not selling a house or not, you know, helping a buyer buy a house. It would be like paid a lot faster, but in my experience, a lot of the places, they didn't pay me until like 30, 45 days after they moved in. So it kind of seemed like just as long as waiting to get paid with someone buying a house, because, you know, the norm is like a 30-day close, so you don't get paid until you go to the closing table. Yeah, so that's what I thought. And I wish I would have known that going in, but I really wish I would have also known to value my time, because I was just letting anybody like run me over and waste my time and waste my gas and waste my money, until my, like, I guess you can call her kind of like mentor, because that's how I seen her at the time. She finally was just like, Amia, I just want you to know, this is your business. You're allowed to say no. If you don't want to work with somebody, don't work with somebody. And as soon as she said that to me, it just clicked in my head. And like, I started being like, if you don't meet these qualifications, or if you don't show up like one time, I am not working with you anymore, because I don't have time. I also have a child, so my time is very valuable, because I would rather be home spending time with her than to be wasting time for somebody that's not going to show up for me. or not even like wanting to cooperate or anything like that. Something I wish I would have known, that not all real estate agents or realtors are nice. Like I've like on Facebook, I've tried to like chat it up with real estate agents, and sometimes they are like pure a-hoes. Like a-hoes. They're like really mean. Like you're just like, hey, you know, da da da, and they're just like, what? Like they don't want to see you win. Like one time I was like, hey, do you mind if like I helped you with this, or like, you know, because I'm a new agent just trying to get my feet wet. And she was like, no. And my mentor was like, why wouldn't she want free marketing? Like this is just weird. And I noticed that usually, not always, because I've had some younger realtors be mean too, as if I'm their competition in a whole different market. I'm not even gonna get onto that. I noticed that a lot of them are older realtors, and they're just like, no, I don't want to help you, or they're just very short-tempered, or they're just kind of nasty and rude. And I thought, you know, because you're a people person and you're in customer service and you're in sales, that you would be kind of like a nice guy. But yeah, everybody's not your friend, and all realtors are not nice. They may be nice to their clients, but they were definitely not all nice to me. Another thing that I wish I would have known is that you have to have really tough skin, like you really do, because I've had times where I just wanted to cry. Like real estate hasn't really made me cry yet, but it has definitely made me like so frustrated and kind of like depressed to the point where I do want to quit. But I have like a support system. Like I have my mom pushing me on, and every single time I do help a client, that motivates me to keep going. And I have my husband telling me to keep going, keep going, keep going. And he also be like, you didn't pay too much money for that, you got to keep going. So for sure. But I love what I do, so I want to keep going. And one day I do want to be like in luxury or a top realtor. I'm like manifesting it right now that I want to be in luxury one day. You really have to have tough skin, and I'm still learning right now. Like I'm still making that like hardcore, like you cannot get to me type skin. Not where I become mean, where I'm like I don't understand others' emotions, but just so like people aren't getting to me, people aren't depressing me, people aren't making me sad, because nobody deserves to make you feel that way. Nobody deserves that type of energy from you anyway. So I just wish I would have known that as well. Okay, I think this is gonna be my last one, because honestly I can go on and on and on about things that I did not know. So let me know if you like these kind of videos. I know a lot of you guys come like for like the mommy hauls and like the mommy videos and things like that, and I did get a bunch of new subscribers from those videos. So I just want to say hey guys, and thank you guys so much for subscribing, and I hope you guys enjoy this content as well. But let me know in the comments below if you do like this mom realtor type content, and I will definitely be including it more into my brand, because like I said, it is part of me. I am a mom, I do shop and all this other stuff, but you know, this is also my career, so it's a part of who I am. The last thing I wanted to say that I wish I knew, so I did not want to work a 9-to-5 anymore, because I was tired of someone telling me when to come to work and like the long hours, because I actually worked 4 days a week. So I worked 10-hour shifts instead of 8-hour shifts through majority of my pregnancy. I was just over it, and I did not want to work a 9-to-5 again. I wanted to make my own schedule. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I wanted to be an entrepreneur since I was in high school. That's why I took marketing and entrepreneurship. I went to a technical school for marketing and entrepreneurship. So I was like, I just want to be, you know, my own boss and da 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 da. But nobody said like you work more when you're self-employed. Like when you are the boss, you work more than they're going 9-to-5. Like, because when I first started, I had to realize that, you know, I have to make my schedule and I have to set to it, and I have to make sure that my clients respect it as well, for my mental health, for my family, and you know, just so that I'm efficient and not burning myself out. Because I feel like in the first couple months I was burning myself out, because I just felt like I'm a very impatient person. Like when I want things, I want them now and I want it done. And that's another thing real estate has taught me, is that sometimes you really have to be patient when it comes to certain things, and you have to be stern. Like you have to stand your ground. Like when I first started, I was like up, like as soon as I was waking up at 6 a.m. like trying to lead generate, trying to do this, trying to do that, answering emails, answering calls. I was up until, I would literally like be up until like 2 a.m. Like sometimes I would not sleep. Like I would pull all-nighters, because I would still have people messaging me all night, or I'd be looking up properties all night. And it was just like, it was like, girl, go to sleep, take a break, you have to step away. No, this is not going to work. So once I moved to Houston, I told my husband, like, whatever your schedule is my schedule, and I'm going to stick to it, because he's a W-2. So right now I work from Sunday to I work Sunday through Thursday, and Friday and Saturday are my break days, unless I have like active clients and you absolutely need me, then let's go. Or if I have like an important text message, I'll still answer. But as far as being on the computer and being on my phone and just being glued, it's like I try and keep it within those days. Do I succeed all the time? No, because real estate never really sleeps. So no. And like as far as like the times, I did tell myself I was going to do 7 to 4:30 unless it was important or unless they needed a showing. Do I stick to it? No, but it's cool. So I'll learn it once. I feel like once I get more clientele or like just a better sphere that's more stable, then I would be able to make those things for myself. But right now, since I am still like a newer agent, I'm in a new market, because like I said, I had to restart when I moved to Houston, because I had already started my career in Austin. I started doing really good, and then I had to restart once we moved here, which is fine, but I had to ramp that up. So that was just another thing. That was like one of the top things that I wish I would have known, is that you work 24/7. You really don't work less, you work more. But in the end, I honestly think it's going to be worth it, because I'm really trying to build that generational wealth for my daughter. Like I'm trying to get into property management eventually. Like I want a portfolio of like rental properties, and I don't want to just have rental properties. I'm manifesting this as well. I don't want rental properties where I'm driving it up and like making it hard for people to rent. I am gonna make sure nobody like messes me over, but I want to buy houses and rent them out and make them affordable for people that need it, because I feel like a lot of things are not affordable right now, and I would just like to do that for the community. Do like a fix and flip for like something run down like at least one time, because I do love renovations, as you guys know. So that's why I feel like I'm practicing on my house, learning all these things that I never learned before. I did find a contractor, or a handyman is what I call them, for our house, and he's going to be helping us with some of the things that I really just don't know how to do. And I'm going to be taking notes so that when I do want to do a fix and flip, or if I have to do it again, I'll know how to do it. So, you know, I'd rather practice on my house and have to fix it than practice on a house and everybody hates it, you know what I mean? I want to get into like interior design. I'm thinking about maybe either taking a course or going back to school for it eventually. Not right now. Like I said, I need to focus on real estate and getting where I want to be there first. But going into interior design and learning more about staging, which I may not have to go to school for staging. I don't think I do, because I would like to add that to my services. Like, hey y'all, so that is the end of this video. If you like more videos like this, I will put one on the screen and I will put one in the cards above. Definitely check those out if you like content like this. Yeah, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe and become a part of the family, and I'll see you guys in the next video.